lasting power of attorney is a legal document which gives you the ability to appoint somebody of your choice to be your attorney or attorneys in respect of your affairs. There are two different types of lasting power of attorney. So there's one in respect of your property and financial affairs, which is the most common one, and then there's one in connection with your health and welfare matters. We would actually recommend that you do both of them because they work very well together in certain circumstances, especially if you require care in the future. Before lasting powers of attorney can be used, they must be registered with the Office of the Public Guardian. So I would recommend that you register those straight away as part of the process of making the lasting powers of attorney, as it can take a number of months for those to come back registered. Once your property and financial affairs lasting power of attorney has been registered, then you can use that straight away with your consent, unless you've placed any restrictions on there. And that will continue throughout your lifetime, including in circumstances where you've lost capacity. With regards to the health and welfare lasting power of attorney, that one is more restricted, and so while ever you have capacity to make your own decisions, then that will stand. And so that lasting power of attorney doesn't really come into effect until you've actually lost capacity. It's very important that you do have capacity though to be able to make a lasting power of attorney. So if you've lost capacity, that's not something that you are able to do. So my advice there would be, do not delay. So if you lose capacity in the future and you've not got lasting power of attorney in place, then that will require a court of protection application. So that's where an application is submitted to the court for somebody to be appointed as your court deputy. That person may be somebody that you would have chosen yourself if you had capacity to be your attorney, but it might not. And so I really would not rely on that course of action, as you know, it could be somebody that you just wouldn't have wanted in those circumstances to deal with your financial affairs. That process is very time consuming and it is a costly process as well. So if you can make a lasting power of attorney, then I would certainly recommend that is something that you do. There's lots of delays with the court of protection at the moment for processing those applications, and that's if the order is actually successful. So in the interim of waiting to hear from the court of protection, you know, your affairs are not being dealt with. It's very stressful. That might impose stress upon yourself, but also your family members that are trying to help you and deal with that in the interim. I would not personally recommend that you have a go at doing your own lasting power of attorney. You know, it's always advisable to seek some advice and guidance from a legal professional that knows all about lasting powers of attorney so that they can give you the appropriate advice. As part of the process of making a lasting power of attorney, you know, you can seek advice on your choice of attorneys. It's really crucial that is given a lot of consideration, because there's such an increase and influx of abuse of power and fraud, and so if you make the wrong decisions there in terms of your lasting power of attorney, then that can really put you in a vulnerable position, and in a position where you don't have the capacity to be able to do anything about it. I would strongly advise that you don't do it yourself. You instruct a solicitor to do it for you. You know, we've known situations before where lasting powers of attorney have been made online and they haven't actually been done by the person that's given that power. You know, it's been by family members, neighbours, friends. So it's actually a worrying process to do that yourself. We offer a service at Banner Jones where we could actually be appointed as your professional attorneys, so we do appreciate that it can be quite daunting for people to consider who they would appoint as their attorneys because they perhaps don't have a big family, or it's only an extended family that they don't really have a lot to do with. So, you know, come and talk to us about it, because, you know, we're professional attorneys for clients that have capacity but have you know, impairments where they're not able to deal with their affairs themselves. We also act for clients where they don't have capacity, you know, we fully look after them in respect of their needs.